What is up, guys? It's Migs with Market Open. Let's go ahead and do the Market Open recap this morning. Up $300 on the morning. I only traded 2 tickers. Let's see here. So let's get started. The first trade I took was on MDLZ, which was on the list this morning. This one was actually added later on after I put the watch list on, so that's why a lot of you guys probably didn't get it. It was a gap down this morning. Let's see here. So it was a gap down this morning. I think I might have missed it. Yeah, actually, I did initially end up missing MDLZ for a gap down this morning, but I did update my watch list, and I thought it was going to be a short twice, and I screwed that up. So let me show you guys what I did. So I took 1,000 shares short right at 939. So the initial move was up, and it got rejected, sold off a little bit. And then it kind of started pulling up and going a little sideways, right? So that's kind of what we're looking for initially for a flag, for a bear flag. So what I was thinking is next candle make a new low would be my entry. I'll set my stop here over 43.50. So then the next candle kind of popped up. I'm like, all right, well, it was on relatively low volume though. So I was like, okay, well, if the next candle makes a new low, I'll get in, stop over 43.60, that's fine. So next candle triggered right here. I got in right at 939. It triggered, but it kicked me right out. So literally 45 seconds later or so, I got kicked out right at 49 or 43.62. And so I ended up losing like 140, 150 bucks or something like that. And then I tried it again. I said, all right, we'll wait for it. So MDLZ at 9:43, so a couple of minutes later, it just went again, and I got filled at 43. So right in here, it's going to put my stop over the highs here, 63. As you can see, it climbed over, and it just took off again. So that's 2 trades, 2 wrong trades on that, and that is my limit. If I take 2 wrong trades on it, then I'm just completely done with the stock, and I'll just throw it away and not even look at it anymore. So down $270 on the day on MDLZ. Now the next trade I took, obviously on ADSK, it was gapping up this morning, and it was at my, let's see here, it was on my watch list this morning, but there was a level on here of resistance. Let me show you guys here. So the 52-week high was here around the 131-ish area. What did I put it at? 130. Yeah, so right around 131. So this morning I noticed it was gapping right into resistance, so it needed to break that for it to keep going, and then it would basically just have, this no limit on that. So first trade I took, I believe it was on the 1 minute. Right here in that flag, ADSK 133 at 946. I'm going to guess it was probably, yep, right here. Okay, so you can see that it sold off right at the beginning. Here, let me put the SPY up so you guys can see what that was doing as well. So right early on, the SPY just started ripping up, and it pulled back a little bit. And as it was pulling back, this was pulling back as well. So I noticed that if the VWAP and the 9 were going to hold and just kind of curl up under the SPY, I was expecting it to go up higher. And so I saw this little flag forming. It's a little choppy, but I took a risk on it. I took 300 shares. So right here at the top of this was 133.30. And then this was like, my stop was going to be like 133.90-ish. So I took 300 shares, a little bit more than 30 cents stop, but I was willing to risk it. And I took it long right at 133.39, and as you can see, it just ripped up. So ADSK, I got out at 134.30, so about 2 minutes later. And then I sold another 35, then I sold another 40. I think I was up probably like 300 or something like that on at the moment on ADSK. Then the very next trade I took, so I basically just sold some as it hit the high, and then as it started pulling back, I sold the rest. So the very next trade I took was at 134.06. Let's see, I believe it was here. Right at 9:53. I'm going to guess this one because I was thinking it was going to curl up, go up over 134, and then just go. I took 125 shares. As you can see, my stop was, what was it, like 60 something cents away? Yeah, so 60, 70 cents away. I took 125, and it triggered over this because I figured this was going to hold right here. So I figured that was going to hold this little double bottom here at 133.30, and over the whole number we'd be fine. But yeah, it didn't work at all. So it went up and over. So during this time it was about 9:53. So then I told myself, okay, this is telling me I need to go over the 5-minute chart. So I ended up losing another 130, 140 bucks on it. So I ended down, or actually no, that's right. I ended up losing like 120 bucks on it or so. And so that told me that I need to go over to the 5-minute chart basically, because I don't want to overtrade it and I don't want to see things that are not really there. So I switched over. I lost a little bit of money, so that's fine. So I got rid of that. Very next candle, ADSK. So I went over to the 5-minute chart. I said, okay, well, we need to wait for a good 5-minute flag. So I got in, let's see here. So I noticed that this pulled up, pulled back, and it started holding this 133 mark. So held, and it was just kind of, the buyers were getting more aggressive, so they're starting to scoot up. So what I did is I took a starting position right at 10:05. So it's something I usually don't do, but since I saw the 133 was holding, I was just going to have that as my stop. So I took 100 shares at 133.58. Then I took another at 133.51. And then I took another 100 as it broke over 134, because that was going to be 134.90 right here was going to be my entry initially. But then I just, as it broke over the whole number and 133 was holding, I said, all right, screw it, let's just add another 100. So we went and I put my stop down here at 133.19, and I sold, let's see here, I sold 100 shares right at 134.69. Let's see, I scaled out of this 134.83, then another 50 at 134.81, and then I got stopped. Actually, hold on a second. Let's see. I think I got stopped out on the last. Oh, that's right. No, actually, I ended up adding. That's what it was. So yeah, so I sold my last 50 at 134.71, so I was way up here, and I ended up adding another 134.50. So as I saw it pulling back, I actually ended up adding another 50 shares at 10.27. And I believe that's when I got kicked out. So let's see here. 10.27.25 right here. So right here in this candle, I put my stop loss right under the 134, and I actually ended up getting kicked out. So 133.90, I got kicked out. Now, the next thing is I've seen this sort of pattern play out so many times. It's just, it goes up, it retraces either back to VWAP or the 9, and then it comes up and it just retraces back to VWAP or the 9. And it's a very slow grind, but ADSK is such a big mover that I was comfortable with having my stop down here at the VWAP, because I know that the market's trending up right now, and this stock is trending up as well. So what I ended up doing is I ended up getting 100 shares here at 134.47. So it pulled back, it hit VWAP, so essentially this was going to be my stop. And then next candle to make a new high was here, and so I went ahead and got in at 134.47. And now initially my target was going to be for the 300 shares. I think it was going to be up here at 135.95. That was my actual target. So now I wanted to hit that, and I knew that that was here above the high. So if I didn't make it, I would only lose $100, but if I did, I would make 150 or so. So I went ahead and took that chance. I got in, and as it was holding the 9, I knew I had a very good stop, and my risk to reward was there for it. So it went up over 35, and it just went. And I ended up selling the 100 shares at 135.83. So that's how I ended up with $568 on those 3 different trades, I guess, on ADSK, 2 losers on MDLZ. Relatively short day today. I hit my target, and it's around the time that I stopped trading anyways. The retracements become a lot longer, they start pulling all the way back to VWAP and then kind of forming and keep going with the trend and all that sort of stuff, because there's different times of the days and not all patterns work during certain times of the day. Like right now, this would probably be a good entry over 135 with the stop down here. But am I going to take it? No, I'm already up on the day, so I gotta try to stay consistent. I've had 3 green days so far this, 3 green days this week. Friday was green as well. No trades on Thursday, so been doing pretty well for the past couple of days. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be done for the day. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put it down in the comment section below. Also, if you guys have not joined our Facebook group, go ahead and do that. The link to that will be below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.